Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, first of all, farewell, face of boxing. You know, all that face of boxing stuff, which I told you, aka the most popular fighters. It's basically, we don't need them, and they can go ahead and just, do whatever they're gonna do. Gervonta Davis was the face of boxing. He's gonna have a exhibition toy kind of fight. Something going on with Jake Paul. Some people that care about it, they're gonna make money. And at the end of the day, you can't hate on somebody that's about to make a whole lot of money coming from the bottom. Those are just not fighters that are, fighting for legacy. And he hasn't been basically for the duration of his career. So, but we can't hate on him making money. So we're going to talk about some fighters that, go for the legacy and see what America thinks about those. But, face of boxing, Gervonta Davis, get up out of here. Canelo Alvarez, get up out of here. Even Anthony Joshua, on a different level in UK, get up out of here. So those fighters are going to have issues with, I told you, with your boy Turki Al-Ashi. So face of boxing, we can get away with that. The face of boxing now is Terrence Crawford, earned face of boxing. He's earned it, earned his fans. He probably didn't start with no fans outside of Omaha, but he's earned every single one of them. There's not just jumping on the bandwagon. He's earned them, right? So he showed them what he could do over the years. That's awesome. Now, let's get to New Russia. Right? Let's get to New Russia. Question. I'm going to probably put it in the thumbnail. Just a question. So y'all can, holler at me and tell me, and I ain't talking about nobody that's not among us anymore. Name a black boxer, an accomplished black boxer that's liked in New Russia. An accomplished black boxer that's liked in New Russia. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's celebrated. Right? Because we got one in Terrence Crawford that's not really the whole career. Now a few of them are jumping on the bandwagon. No one liked Floyd Mayweather. Right? Awesome. No one liked Andre Ward, accomplished, undefeated, did it with hard work. No one really liked him. Right? No one liked the exciting, small, skinny, not skilled Deontay Wilder. Highlight reel knockouts. We didn't like him. Right? Devin Haney, the youngest lightweight undisputed champion of all time, going against all odds, against all the obstacles in his way. Only trying to fight the hard fights. Never looking for an easy fight. We don't like him. Shakur Stevenson, calling everybody out. I'm just trying to get some fights. We don't like him. We call him boring. Most technical guy out there. Did I say Terrence Crawford? Probably going to say him after every three fighters. Terrence Crawford, again, we don't like him. Right? Am I missing somebody? You know what I mean? All of these awesome fighters that we have. Now, the up-and-comers, we can say this and we can say that because they up-and-coming. We ain't going to even say the up-and-comers yet. You know what I'm saying? The Moultons of the world and the Abdullah Masons of the world and stuff like that. Keyshawn Davises of the world. We're going to hold off on them. Right? But they probably ain't going to like them neither. Right? That's the point about it. You're going to have to probably, throw the new Russian flag up out the window. I couldn't watch the World Championships, the athletics. That's just me. I'm running and then you're running and you're all happy that you got a new Russian flag on there. Until people decide what they're going to do in New Russia, you're going to have to, deprive them of the things that you do well, that they get props for. Unless we're going to make an African-American team or African-American boxing, right? Which we don't do, you know what I'm saying? And just see how well that's going to happen without the African-Americans. You know what I'm saying? Then just have boxing and just, okay, we're African-American. We got to make a new flag or something. Because all of this stuff ain't right. Right? People telling me, man, how are these Americans just booing? Booing for these brothers all the time. You're like, well, that's how it works. They just boo for brothers against whoever it is. Against whoever it is. If he's not a brother. That's just the way it is. So, you guys do me the favor. And just answer. Just say, hey, listen, he's talking this smack. Here's a couple of people that America likes, right? Don't come with the Sugar Ray Leonard and all that, because they liked him a little bit. He was an Olympian. That's probably the only one. Or Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? Those are the only ones that's on the borderline, and they should have liked Evander Holyfield even more. But anyway, answer that question. Any brothers that New Russians like or celebrate, holla at your boy. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.